Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, so we've got quite a collection of searches this time, and it seems like there's one thing on everyone's mind.
Yeah, it looks like we're diving into the world of football again today, and pretty specifically, the potential for some huge matches between Arsenal and Real Madrid.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we're seeing all these searches about possible games, key players. Even for Watch, it seems like people really anticipating something big.
Right. And our job is to kind of break all this down, sift through the data, see what's really driving these searches, what's capturing everyone's imagination.
Exactly. So, the first thing that jumps out at me is just the sheer volume of searches.
Yeah.
Directly comparing these two teams, Arsenal and Real Madrid. Just look at this. Arsenal versus Real Madrid versus Arsenal, even just, Arsenal and Real Madrid all jammed together.
Right. It's not just, casual curiosity either. This is like head to head, people are really comparing that. And I think that often points to something more than just wanting to know who's better, right?
Yeah, like there's a real sense of anticipation almost, like they're picturing these two teams clashing on the pitch,
Absolutely. And when you start to see terms like champions, UEFA, La Champion League, all mixed in, it kind of narrows that focus. We're talking about the big stage, the UEFA Champions League.
Yeah, the biggest stage in European club football.
Yeah.
So it's not just any game.
Yeah, exactly. And then you see a search like Real Madrid, UEFA Champions League all together, and it really hits you. Real Madrid's history, their dominance in this tournament, any potential matchup against them, it carries a lot of weight.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Adds another layer of excitement to it all. And then, we've got all these searches about specific players. Declan Rice's name pops up a lot. Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Rice Arsenal, even Declan Rice free kick.
Oh, yeah, Declan Rice. That's interesting. And then you've got Bukayo Saka, Jude Bellingham generating a ton of buzz as well.
It's almost like people are already imagining those key battles.
Yeah.
Those individual matchups that could decide a game.
Oh, absolutely. Rice is so vital to Arsenal's midfield. And then you have Bellingham, this rising star for Real Madrid. And those searches for free kicks, goals, I think people are already picturing them, making those big plays on that grand stage.
Yeah, for sure. And then, of course, we can't forget about Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah.
Those names keep coming up, too. It's clear there's a lot of interest in the star power on Real Madrid's side.
Oh, yeah. Those guys are electric. They bring a whole other level of excitement and anticipation to any potential matchup.
And it's not just about who's playing. It's about how to see them play. We have a very direct search here. Where to watch Arsenal FC versus Real Madrid. No ambiguity there.
Right. Straight to the point. Fans want to know where they can actually witness these potential clashes, the practical side of all this excitement.
Exactly. And beyond all these head-to-head searches, there's also a lot of interest in both clubs individually. Just plain searches for Arsenal, Real Madrid, even the full names, Arsenal FC, Real Madrid CF.
Right. It shows people are invested in their overall performance, how they're doing week to week, not just these big potential matchups.
Yeah, like Arsenal score, Real Madrid game, Real Madrid standings. Those searches are about staying up to date on their current form.
Exactly. And then you throw in searches like Arsenal versus Real Madrid highlights. And it seems like some fans are already looking back at past encounters, maybe for clues or just to relive the excitement.
Maybe getting hyped for a future meeting. And the mention of FootMob. Well, that suggests some fans are really diving deep using a dedicated app to follow all the latest news and analysis.
Oh, yeah. FootMob. That's a sure sign of a dedicated fan keeping their finger on the pulse of everything going on.
And we also see searches for individual players like Thibaut Courtois, David Alaba, without any direct match context. So that could be about their fitness, their availability, things like that.
Oh, yeah. Injuries, transfers, managerial changes. These are all constant talking points for fans of any big club. It's a 247 news cycle these days.
And then there are the little clues, searches like Marino Arsenal that hints at possible transfer rumors, and then Carlo Ancelotti. suggests some interest in Real Madrid's leadership.
Right, and then those little snippets like Real Madrid versus, it's like you're looking over someone's shoulder as they type, just catching a glimpse of their thought process.
Exactly. And then you have the shorthand, Armo versus Arsenal.
Yeah.
That's just classic fan lingo.
Right. It's how we talk about these matchups. It's part of the culture.
So I think it's safe to say this all points to a huge amount of interest in a potential clash between Arsenal and Real Madrid, most likely in the Champions League. And fans are following every angle, the players, the results, even how to watch if it happens.
Yeah, it's all there in the data, the excitement, the anticipation. It really captures how these big matchups, these clashes of the titans, can captivate the world of football.
Now, here's a final thought for you. Think about all this focus on individual players, these potential Champions League battles. What is it about these specific teams and individuals that draws us in? What stories, what histories are fueling this fascination? Is it contrasting styles of play, the personalities, the legacy of these clubs? Maybe it's a bit of everything, but it's definitely something to think about until our next deep dive.
Absolutely. It's what makes football so compelling. Those narratives, those rivalries, those individual moments of brilliance that keep us coming back for more.
Exactly. So keep those searches coming, folks. We'll be back soon to delve into another corner of the digital world.
See you next time.
Bye.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.